My name is Herrera. I am a GEARUP tutor for Rio Bravo Middle School. I am
going to be introducing some biology concepts to help prepare you for high school biology. We're going to be going over an introduction to the formation of Earth and early life. We're going to begin with the formation of Earth. To make this video easier to understand, we're going to be using a timeline. So, 4,600 million years ago, during the Hedon Eon, planet Earth formed. So dust left over from the birth of the sun clumped together to form planet Earth. Basically, how it happened was that you have a variety of gases and particles and molecules, and because they are stuck in orbit around the sun, they were constantly bumping and clumping into one another, and slowly becoming rocks and then asteroids, and eventually what we would call planetesimals, kind of like seeds of planets or early planets. However, this took a very long time, and it was quite a violent process because of the constant clashing between rocks and planetesimals. Fast forward, the mass of the Earth would have begun forming. 4,500 million years ago, the Earth's core and crust formed. Dense metals sank to the center of the Earth and formed the core, while the outside layer cooled and solidified to form the Earth's crust. The core is made out of a solid inner core that heats the outer liquid layer, producing convection currents. This interaction is what created Earth's magnetic field. Without it, Earth would be blasted directly by harmful rays from the sun. This was around the same time as the formation of our moon. 4,500 million years ago, as well, the formation of our moon took place. It is said that another planet called Theia, almost the size of Mars, ran into the early formations of Earth. Then combined energies from that interaction made them both molten. And because of the collision, molten got splashed into orbit, and it's constantly doing so to where eventually it combined into the moon. The rest of it combined into a spherical shape that we now call Earth. $4,400 million years ago, end of the Hedon Eon, the first oceans of Earth formed. Water vapor was released into the Earth's atmosphere by volcanism. Then it cooled, fell back down as rain, and formed the Earth's first oceans. It is also believed that some water may have also been brought to Earth by comets and asteroids. 3,850 million years ago, the Archean period, the first life appeared on Earth. It was very simple single-celled organisms. However, the life forms were prokaryotes, which are unicellular organisms that have no nucleuses. Exactly how life first arose is still a little bit of a mystery, although a widely believed theory is that life originated from the bottom of the ocean. 3,500 million years ago, the oldest fossils of single-celled organisms to date from this time were found. This is also when prokaryotes, especially bacteria, began evolving to actually utilize energy from the sun to do photosynthesis. With this, they began to produce oxygen. 1,500 million years ago, oxygen began to accumulate in the Earth's atmosphere. Oxygen was primarily made by cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, as a product of photosynthesis. For 2,200 million years, this oxygen was removed from the atmosphere as it reacted with iron, sank to the bottom of the sea, and became trapped in rock layers. 1,500 million years ago, the free iron ran out and oxygen began to be released into the atmosphere. Further, this killed off all this anaerobic bacteria so that eventually us oxygen-breathing organisms could come about. Yet this still takes millions of years until us organisms evolved to walk on Earth. 700 million years ago, the first animals evolved. Basically, these were just simple single-celled animals. However, when we get into 400 million years ago, this is when the first vertebrates and land plants evolved. Oxygen in the atmosphere reacted to form the ozone layer surrounding the planet. This served as a protective barrier from the harmful rays coming from space and allowed plants to colonize land. 350 million years ago, this is when the first land vertebrates evolved. With plants present on land to provide a food source, animals rapidly followed. The first to venture onto land were primitive amphibians. 65 million years ago, the first dinosaurs evolved from lizards. However, around the same timeline, they also went extinct. The dinosaurs and many other species with them were wiped out by the after effects of a meteorite impact, or perhaps several impacts. The impact set off chains of earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions which threw lots of dust and acid into the atmosphere, creating an impact winter. The dust blocked out the sunlight so plants could no longer photosynthesize, and the food chains collapsed. After the extinction of the dinosaurs, mammals evolved rapidly and filled the evolutionary niches they left behind. 130,000 years ago, modern humans evolved. Homo sapiens evolved in Africa from earlier humans, and then they left Africa around only 35,000 years ago and spread around the globe. Human evolution is still pretty mysterious due to its gaps in fossil records. However, there are many hypotheses about the origins of life. One is that scientists believe that the collisions from asteroids, comets, and other foreign objects during the Hedonion could have sparked the chemical building blocks for life. Another popular theory is that life originated from the bottom of the ocean. Overall, it took billions of years for the Earth and life to be where it is today. Everything almost happened with perfection. Scientists are still fitting all the pieces to the puzzle together. And since its creation, oceans, continents, and life as we know it have remarkably transformed. Life has evolved and adapted. How life originated on our planet is both a fascinating and incredible complex question. We know roughly when it began, but how remains a mystery. Keep your ears and your mind open as new information becomes available and new scientific ideas are proposed concerning life's origins. Lastly, if you have any more questions or just wish to know more, remember that tutor.com is a great resource that is available for you. I am Herrera, and thank you for going over the formation of Earth and early life with me. Goodbye.